All right, let's dive into one of the most dynamic chapters of the Quran, the 17th Surah, Al-Isra. Now, it kicks off with this incredible, miraculous journey. But as you'll see, it quickly opens up into this powerful blueprint for how to live a moral life and build a just society. So the chapter just throws you right in with this profound and, honestly, kind of mysterious verse. In one single powerful sentence, it lays out the entire event that gives the chapter its name, the Prophet Muhammad's journey from Mecca to Jerusalem in a single night. This one event really sets the stage for everything that comes after. So what does Al-Isra actually mean? Well, it literally translates to the night journey. This chapter was revealed in Mecca during a really tough time, and it uses this extraordinary, miraculous event as a frame to deliver some deeply practical teachings on, well, pretty much everything, from how you treat your family to social justice. But you have to wonder, right? Why start with such a mind-blowing miracle? What's the point of this incredible journey? And what's the message it's trying to set up for us? This is where the chapter really starts to unfold its deeper meanings. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the journey itself. It's the hook, you know? It's what grabs your imagination, a huge symbol of divine power. But it's not just a cool story about a miracle. It's really a prelude, a warm-up act for a whole series of incredibly grounded instructions for life right here on Earth. And this is where it gets so interesting. Right after this massive, cosmic event, the chapter immediately pivots. It brings us right back down to earth and grounds us in two of the most fundamental principles of faith and our most important human relationships. Now check this out, because the order here is everything. The very first commandment is, of course, the foundation of it all. Worship the one God. But look what comes literally right after it, placed on almost the same level of importance. Show kindness to your parents. The fact that they're right next to each other, back to back, is such a powerful statement. And then it zooms in on a really specific and critical time, when our parents get older. It highlights this period of vulnerability, when the roles often flip and we become the caregivers, as the ultimate test of that kindness. And the guidance gets so specific. It's not just be nice. It's about the little things. Don't even say a word of annoyance, translated here as fi. Don't snap at them. Instead, use gracious words. And I love this metaphor. Lower the wing of humility out of compassion, just like a bird protecting its young. And then it gives you a specific prayer, connecting our mercy for them now to the mercy they had for us when we were little and helpless. So from this really personal, deeply intimate duty to our parents, the chapter then zooms out. It widens its lens and starts laying down a whole set of principles that basically form a blueprint for a moral and compassionate society. Seriously, you could almost call this next part a manifesto. It's a series of really clear, non-negotiable rules that go way beyond just personal worship. They get right into social justice and the well-being of the entire community. And here they are, the pillars of that community laid out one by one. And you can see, each one tackles a major societal issue, protecting the absolute most vulnerable, upholding the sanctity of life and family, making sure there's economic justice, and of course, promoting personal humility. Altogether, this is the foundation for a just world. Now, to really hammer these points home, the chapter does something brilliant. It doesn't just give you a list of rules. It turns to history, using a powerful case study to show what happens when people stray from this kind of guidance. In fact, this theme is so important that the chapter actually has a second name, Bani Isra'il, or the Children of Israel. Their entire story is presented as a history lesson, a cautionary tale for all of us, for all communities to come. And their history is presented in this really clear four-part cycle. First, guidance is given, a clear message. Second, the people transgress, they turn away from it. Third, consequences, they always follow. And fourth, the whole story becomes a warning, a lesson from the past designed to guide the present. So after laying down the moral principles and the historical warnings, the chapter brings its focus right back home to the ultimate source of guidance for its audience, the Quran itself. Okay, so take a look at this number, 10. It might seem completely random, but trust me, in the context of this specific chapter, Al-Isra, it has a really unique and powerful meaning. So what do you think it represents? That's it. That's how many times the word Quran is explicitly mentioned right here in this one chapter. That's more than in any other surah. It's like the chapter is deeply self-aware, constantly pointing back to the book as the ultimate source of guidance. And it doesn't just call the Quran a book of laws, it describes it as a shifa, which means a healing, and a rahma, which means a mercy. The idea is that its guidance is meant to actually cure the spiritual and social problems of humanity, and to do it with compassion. So that leaves us with one last thought. From honoring our elderly parents and protecting the vulnerable, to being honest in business and just walking on the earth with humility, if this 1,400-year-old text really is a blueprint for life, which of its principles do you think resonates the most urgently in our world today?